got a 2019 Audi A6 with 60k miles, I believe. So it got delivered a couple days ago, so I'm gonna show you some clips of it getting delivered and all that stuff, and then after that I'll show you all the damages and what we're gonna do to it. Alright, so we're here to pick up the car. Just pulled up. We're about to get it unloaded, and then we're probably going to take it home and then do a full inspection on it. Got it unloaded. I think I'm gonna drive it home like this. I got a couple miles to go. I think I should be fine. So I guess once we get home, probably gonna have to wash it a little, do a little rinse, and then do an inspection on what needs to be done, what's broken. Doesn't look that bad, so that's a good thing. But yeah, she's looking really nice. Now we're back home, so here's the car. So let's get it in the garage and then start installing parts. So what I need to replace is this part right here, and then there's the headlight bracket that goes on here. So I ordered this part, but I might need to go buy a tool to replace this. So first let's get this done, and then the bumper is actually good on it. Another issue is the hood. So the hood is crashed right here, and then so the hood is closed right now. If you can look, it comes up, so it kind of bent here, and then same thing on the other side. But I am still trying to figure out if I can fix this hood, so I haven't bought a new one yet. But at least we can put the front end together and everything, because the bumper's good. I got a new grill, I got a new headlight, I got new brackets for the headlight, and then little things. And then we're also gonna add on some features, which I'll tell you later. But we're gonna do some little mods on this car. But yeah, so here she is. Let's get her parked and start putting on headlight, bumper, and the grill, and all the brackets and stuff. Got the car parked in the garage. First thing I'm gonna start with is putting this headlight, because this bracket is good and this thing is not broken. So I think I'm gonna put on the headlight, and then I'm gonna have my brother hopefully bring a tool so I can put this back in. So I'm gonna drill this out, replace this. I got a new bracket for this. So, and then I'm not sure what the tool is called, but to put these pins back in. So hopefully he comes by the time I'm finished with that headlight. And then we're gonna move on to putting on the grill, bumper. But I guess after I install the headlight, I'm gonna open some packages that came in, and then I guess I'll show you as we go. So let's get started on buying back in the headlight. Here's the headlight. This is the driver headlight. I actually thought that I ordered the passenger and I had the headlight, but it's the opposite. But anyways, let's get this open and try to connect it. Test it if it works. If it works, then get it installed. Working great, so let's get it installed and then keep going next. The car came with all these parts, so this is all the harness for the front end bumper along with the camera, and then it has a bunch of bolts, and they're actually, which is cool that Copar does this. So this is for headlights, this is for bumper, this is for an air intake duct, this is for bumper cover, I think, and well, the bumper underneath, and this is the fender covers. So this is pretty cool. So it has the camera, front camera, and then it has the adaptive cruise control sensor with all the harnesses. So for now, let's get the headlight bolt and start screwing this bumper on. The headlight on. I'm gonna move to this side now. I'm gonna drill this out, and then we're gonna install the new one. We're gonna go open it first, make sure it's the right one, get it installed, and again install the other bracket that goes here that actually holds the headlight. It looks like I can't find the clip that goes right here. Let me show you on this side. So right here that actually holds the headlight. So I have a bolt here, and then one at the bottom right here, but it looks like I can't find this, which I think I'm still okay to proceed. I can put it on later, so I don't think that's in my way right now. If anything, I'll order it. If not, then I'll look through my car. Maybe it's somewhere in the trunk, because I cannot see it in the parts box. So right now, let's drill this out and then go from there. just double check to make sure it's the right one, because we don't want to order another one. So this looks to be exactly the same one. This is actually, sorry, this is actually directly from Audi. So I actually got OEM, which is cool. It was even more cheaper than actually getting aftermarket. So, which is even better for us. So let's get this installed. My brother is about to pull up with a new tool. So we're gonna wait on that and then get this installed after. So waiting for my brother to pull up with the tool. Let's open up another box. This is for another bracket that goes up on top of here that the headlight actually bolts into. So, never mind, that's the wrong one. But let's open this one, I guess, for now. This is the air duct. So this is for the air that goes right here. It was actually broken, so I ordered a new one. So let me go get the other package for this bracket. Let's open that one, and then after we're probably gonna open the grill and maybe try to get it installed on the bumper, which I think it still has to go on before the bumper has to go on. So we're gonna do that before we can put this part on. So let's go on with that, and then hopefully by then my brother is gonna come with the tool so we can get this installed and finish everything else. So let's go get the other part. So it appears that I've never ordered this part. I thought I did, at least I wanted to, but I guess I missed it. So this is supposed to go here, and then the headlight is supposed to go on it. And it's broken right here. So now I cannot proceed with installing the headlight because of this, and then same with the bumper because the headlight needs to go on first. So I think what I can do for today is just open the grill, get the grill maybe on the bumper, get the harness installed on the bumper, and then I think that's about it for tonight. So let's go unpack the grill, let's go install it on the bumper, probably install the camera, the sensors, and the harness, and then I'll try to order this and hopefully it comes in within a couple days so we can finish it. We just got our part for the Audi A6, the headlight bracket. It just came in today, so we can finally finish the Audi. So let me show you where we stopped, and then we'll just go from there. We installed the headlight. That's about it. I think that's all we did. So now let's move on to this. Let's replace this bracket, the small one, and then the bigger one that I just showed you that came in. And then we'll install the headlight and then move on to the bumper and everything that goes along with it. So first, let's get this on, get the headlight on, make sure it fits everything good, and then we'll move on to the bumper. So I tried installing these rivets, but it seems like I bought too small rivets because when I just clip them in, they just come right out. So I'm gonna run to the store and try to find a little bigger ones. These are a little too small and they don't hold. So let's go to the store and get a size bigger, and then we'll continue working on this. So we just came back from the store. So I just got 2 of these. They seem to be a little bigger, so they just like barely fit. So I might just drill a little bigger hole rather, because they don't have any other size. And I don't want to drive around, so I think if I just drill a little wider hole, this will do just perfect. So let's get a drill and make this hole a little wider, just so this slides in, and I think that should do it. Well, that didn't go as planned. As you can see, I ended up breaking the rivet tool. So I took it all apart, I fixed it, put it back together, and then I tried using it again, but it broke on me again, so I ended up just doing it another way. Got the bracket on. We were only able to put one of the rivets on. The other one I broke, and then the store didn't have anymore. I don't want to keep driving around, so we're just gonna do this. This holds. I just drilled a hole in the back. There's one more, but just put one screw. This holds really good. The other side only has 2 rivets, so I'm guessing these 2 just in case. So it's perfect, worked out well. So let's continue putting on the headlight bracket and then the headlight. I was gonna put on the headlight already on. I got the bracket on, everything's good to go. Next thing would be the bracket, the headlight. But one of the brackets is broken, I just remembered. And I think the top one also. So I'm gonna go look in the trunk. Hopefully I have both of them and I can fix it. While I was installing this headlight, I've actually just noticed that if you look closely, you can see that this headlight is cracked. There's a crack that goes along here, and then a little dent in right here. So I'm gonna use some JB Weld. I'm gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna try to fix it. There's no point of buying a new headlight just for this. The headlight works. So let's just mix up JBL, tape it up, and then fix it so that the water doesn't get in it and so it doesn't fog up, because this headlight is too expensive to replace just because of this. And also there's a bracket that goes on here that's broken. I don't have it, so I'm gonna order. There's a replacement kit which bolts in here and then here. So I'm gonna order that and just install it once it comes in. At least that doesn't stop me from finishing the car. So let's fix this headlight and then move on with the head bumper. Here it is. I did put on some JB Weld. I'm gonna wait till it dries. So there was a crack going all the way down. Hopefully that does it. If not, I guess we'll have to come back and put more JB Weld. I just don't want to overdo it. So I guess let's just wait. For now, I'm gonna get the bumper and start opening the grill and putting that on. So here's the bumper. It looks pretty good, in really good condition, except a few minor things, which is there's at the bottom 2 little dents here, and then there's scratches at the bottom, also a hole, and then more scratches here. Also looks a little dent here, and then on this side, so this looks like it's wrapped in some sort of black vinyl wrap or something, because I peeled off on this side already because it was pretty bad already here. So I'm thinking that's a bad idea, so to keep it on. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I like how it looks without it anyways, but I wanted to get this bumper fully fixed with all this dents and everything, the scratches, especially these, and then here. But this thing has a PPF on, so I'm gonna have to take the PPF off, drop it off at the body shop or the painter and have him fix it and paint it along with the hood. So let's get along with removing the PPF. I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad because of how old it is. But we're gonna have to give it a try, because in order to get this thing painted, we have to take it off. So let's try starting to take off this PPF. I might need a little heat gun, which I have over there. I'm gonna try without it first. Still trying to remove it. I got this part off. Now I'm moving on to removing this wrap, and then there's PPF under as well. So I've got this PPF off, just this side. I got some of the center, and then I'm gonna move on to the other side. It's not that easy to take it off. It's very sticky. I'm hoping that's not gonna be a problem for the painter, but let's continue and get this wrap off. just finished taking PPF off and wrap. It is all done. There's some glue left, but I'm hoping that the painter can just sand it off because he's going to be sanding it anyways. So all the PPF is off. There's still a dent here just like it was, and nothing really changed. So we're gonna drop it off to get this all fixed and then get it painted, and I think that should be it. Everything else I looked and all the parts are good, so it seems to be that's the only thing that needs to be done. I'll probably take these off so they're not in the way for the painter, so he can just paint, maybe even these also. So I guess let's take these off. There's one on this side, same on the other side, and then the rest we can just keep it on, all these clips, and the painter can just figure out the rest. All right, so let's take them out. So the brackets are off this side, and then same thing on this side. So the next thing, I'm gonna call the painter and have him figure out how he's gonna do this. It looks like this thing is broken, so I might try to find this little bracket, see if I can order it. Should come in before the paint is done. But for today, I think I'm done. This still needs to dry a little, so it's looking pretty good. Looks like I got all the holes. So I looked at all the parts. I think that's the only thing I need is probably this bracket. Everything else is done. We're just getting off work. Today we're gonna be working on the Audi A6. So let's get home. So the painter is ready to paint all the parts. But I still have to take off the rear bumper off because we're gonna repaint the rear bumper also because there's some damage on it. So since we're painting the front bumper and the hood, getting fixed, and then it's probably gonna get repainted also, we're decided to also repaint the rear bumper. So let's go home, take the bumper off, take everything off of it. Well, we would still need to take it off because we got the diffuser that we're gonna be replacing, and then the exhaust stuff. So let's go home and start taking the rear bumper off and taking everything apart. Let's go. So as you can see right here, it's got some damage. It seems like it was rear-ended before, also here. So since we're gonna be replacing the diffuser and putting exhaust tips, might as well, we're gonna have to take this bumper out anyways. So we're just gonna take it out and get it repainted and fixed. So let's get on with getting it off and taking all the parts off of it. gonna take a break from removing that bumper, and then I need a part replaced on my other Audi A6, the white one. So let me show you what it is, and let's get that replaced. So here's my Audi A6, the white one. I have this door handle that peeled off, so I bought a new part. Just gonna replace it. So this thing should just come off, clip it in. All right, so I took the cover off. It is what it looks like. It just clips, just unclipped it. And I thought that I was gonna be able to just unbolt these and take it out without taking the whole panel off. But the bolts are behind it, so now I have to take the panel off, and then I can only get access to those bolts. So let's get this panel off, and then we'll get those bolts, because there's a bolt here and then one lower here also, and then in the front. So let's get the panel off. Had to take this off, the speaker cover. There's a bolt behind it also. One more here. Go. Got the panel off. Now let's get this unscrewed and then put the new one in. So here's the panels off. I took the wire for the door handle already off, and then I need to take this light plug in, and then the lock unlock button also, and then just a couple small bolts. It should come right out, and then just install the new one. Oh, here it is. Here's the old one out. I'm thinking to maybe put this one back. This one's cleaner than on the other one. So I'm actually gonna replace this also and keep the original one. Alright, here it is. Now let's take the other one from the new one. No, the other piece.
Down.
Well, let's take this one out here. All right, this one's off. Give me that piece. Let's put this one back in here. Oh, there we go. Now let's install this.
this. I need to take this out. Alright, so I also need to take this little light out. So there's just a little clip right here. And it should just come right out. There we go. Nice. So let's put this on the new one. First plug it in. That. Boom. That's in there. Clip this in. This back here. That. Alright. Now we're ready to go back on. Alright, that's it. Now we'll just bolt it in and it's ready to go.
How about the orange? Mine is Maria. Change virtual.
And this is the last piece. All right, here we are. Now it's done. New handles in, everything's bolted back. Everything's perfect. So thanks for watching. Hope that helps somebody. If not, at least you tagged along.
Now that we're done replacing the handle, it's all looking good. Let's get back to the other A6 and finish removing that bumper. Got the bumper off. Wasn't too bad. There was just a bolt here. Same thing on the other side. Couple down there by the wheel. And then 3 at the bottom. And then mostly just clips. So the bumper's off. Next thing I'm gonna remove is the diffuser. And then probably the sensors. Because they have the rubber things on it. And I don't think we want those painted. So yeah, let's get on with getting the diffuser off, sensors. I think that's it. So should be pretty quick.
I've got everything off, the amber lights, little pieces also, so the bumper is fully ready for paint. Now let's try to fit it in the car maybe, because I have to drop off the car and then drop it off at the painter shop. Let's go. So she's ready to go. Of course I couldn't fit the rear bumper, but at least we got the front bumper in there and then all the parts. So I'm gonna drop it off and then probably put the rear bumper in my car and drop it off separately. So let's get this out of here and let's go finally get it painted. Got the rear bumper in my car, so I'm gonna drop off the rear bumper first and then go get the car. It was pretty easy to fit in here, so figured I'll just do that rather than try and fit it in the A6. So we're gonna drop it off and then we're gonna come back to drop off the Audi. Here we are back on the A6. Now it's time to drop off the A6, and he said he should be done about mid next week. Today is Saturday, so hopefully I can put it together by end of week and we should be golden. So as you can see, we kept the original hood. It was painted. The paint looks really good, matched really well. The guy also was able to fix the hood, which is awesome. If you guys remember. So I might have to adjust this headlight a little because it's not really straight. So first we're gonna start with the front bumper. Here's all the parts for the front bumper. I also bought these new trims that go inside of here. I think they were cracked, so I just ended up ordering new ones. So it's all nice and done. We got all the rest of the parts for the grill, and then also that's the new grill. So first things first is let's flip the bumper probably around and then start installing all those pieces from inside. Once we're done with that, we're gonna put these on, the grill, and then we're gonna flop it on the Audi. So let's go. So now we're gonna get this air duct thing installed. I guess it's just air for the radiator to cool down or something like that. So let's get this installed. We should just bolt in a couple bolts and that's it. So I've got this air duct with the trim on, along with the sensor. Same thing on this side. Also, we got these installed from the outside. So now we're just gonna get these installed, and then the little trim, that one that goes below here. And then we also have these that clip in into those. So let's get those installed, and then we're gonna move on to the grill. I've got all these in. I bolted them in. Same thing here. Got the lower trim on. So let me show you from the other side how it looks. So these are filled. That's a little grill. And then we got those on. We're gonna put these on later tomorrow already because they're still at the painter. He's finishing them up, but we can just clip them on from the outside. So that shouldn't be an issue. And then same thing here. So now we're gonna unpack the grill and get this on the grill and get the grill installed. Hopefully it fits. I haven't even tried yet. That's a new grill that we got. So hopefully it works. And I really hope it fits well, because if it doesn't fit, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I need to finish this car by end of week. So let's cross our fingers and hope it fits. So let's get it unpacked, put it together, and try to put it on the bumper. Built-in camera bracket. Here's from the old grill, and if you can see, this one has a built-in, but it seems like it needs to be cut out for the camera to go in. But in order for that to go in, I also need this bracket in here. But if I can see that this bracket doesn't really fit normally, because these are in the way. So maybe I'll cut it out like this. Same thing here, just to get this inside of here. Maybe that'll do it, because I need to put this thing in here this way, and then this is supposed to go in here and bolt on, which right now it won't allow me to. So first, let's try to get the cutout hole for the camera. Or maybe I can just push it out. Yeah, let me try that.
Mama, want to see this house? This Audi have that Audi. You see that's having this one.
Hey, careful.
Elbow. Black.
Okay. So we got that thing out. I just kicked it out. It came out. So now we can actually get the camera. So it goes like this. Where's the bracket? In here. So it's bolted on like this. And now I put the camera in and check from the inside. Camera fits good here. The only issue I see is this bracket won't really work. Alright, so never mind. It seems like this thing actually came with a little bracket. I just noticed it, so I'm gonna try to use it. Hopefully it does the trick that I need, and we should be golden. So let's try to use this one instead of the other one. So let's take this one off and then put on the new one. So here's my camera, my front camera. So I need to bolt this thing in here. If you look at my bracket, I cannot fit it in here to screw it in, so this thing holds. So what I found is I'm gonna do a little So I found this little thing. It's not gonna be visible, so if you don't tell anybody, nobody's gonna know. So you just put it like this, and we're just gonna bolt it in, which should hold it. There you go. Now this won't go anywhere. Perfect, just what we need. So now let's install the front emblem, and then maybe connect this also. There you go. And then we're gonna install the sensor, the adaptive cruise control sensor. And then we're gonna put the little trim that goes here, and then put it on the bumper. So after looking around, I need to install this adaptive cruise control, which usually went here, and then this thing connects. If you look on the new grill, seems like this is just a cap. So I'm gonna take this cap off and replace it with this one. This is from the old one. So let's take this one off first and then put it on the new one. So let's first take this cap off and then take the other one off and then install it. Let's go. All right, so we took off this sensor because it has a plug, so I'm sure it does something, off of the old grill. And then I've noticed that it's peeling. I'm not sure if this is a wrap or if this is something that has to do with this. So I think I'm gonna maybe just install it for now and then order a new one while it comes in. I'll just replace it later. I think I should be able to get access from the top and just unclip it. Hopefully I don't have to take off the bumper again. All right, so let's just continue because I don't want to stop here and not do anything today. So let's continue working while we wait for this new part. So I also have this part which goes on this side. On that side it goes the big sensor, and then whatever these are, some distance control or something like that. So it has to go in here, and then those need to come out here. So I'm just gonna cut them like this, get these holes opened up, and just install this, and then I'm gonna bolt in the rest so this holds on. I've got all the bolts and everything in here. So I'm probably just gonna fast forward this because it's just a bunch of bolts, nothing interesting. So once I'm done with that, we're gonna start putting it on the bumper. So let's get this all installed. So the grill is now all prepped. So I got these little pins out, and then I have a little grinder that we bought for the Audi Q5 that we did the front bumper. So worked out pretty well, nice and clean. And then if you look from inside, it's perfect. So now we can finally install the rest of it. So let's continue. And we got everything on. Got the grill on. I got the upper panel on. Everything's bolted in. Everything's ready to go for the harness. So I'm gonna put on the harness, and then I think that should be it before it can go in the car. So let's get the harness on, everything connected, all the parking sensors, and I believe that should be all of it. So let's finish that up. I've also just found these two brackets. I'm not sure what they're for, but it looks like they go just right here. Just clip in, and then 2 bolts, and then same thing on this side. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're for, but if they go there, I guess let's put them on. So let's get these on first. It needs to come off, and then this should just go in here like this. I'll bolt that in, and then I'll continue putting the harness on. Here we go. All the harness is in. Everything's ready to go on. So all the sensors are in. This is ready. I think I just need to put this somewhere here. That should be all. And then we can start putting it on the car. But I think I was supposed to adjust this headlight first. So I'll adjust the headlight, and then we're gonna install the bumper. So let's adjust the headlight first. So if you guys remember, I was missing these 2 little adjusters for the headlight. So let me show you. So this is what they look like. And if you guys remember, one goes here, and same thing on the other side. So let's get these installed, and that should be all for the headlights, and then we can get the bumper on. Everything is on, even all the panels inside. I can show you in a second, but and then the headlights, everything lined up perfectly, so it's really good. Just missing this trim, which we'll pick it up from the painter, and then it'll just clip in from here, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. But everything else is done. I even just installed the under tray. Everything's bolted and everything lines up perfect, so everything's just great. So now we have to go put back the rear bumper and then diffuser and then the exhaust tips. So let's get on with the rear bumper. So here's the rear bumper. If you guys remember, we had a big, or not too big, dent here or crack, so we ended up fixing it and repainting it. So right now let's take the taillights out, because in order for this to go in I need to take the taillights first. So let's get those off, and then we're gonna install all these little things here and then put the bumper on, and I'll put the diffuser ready after. So let's remove taillights first. Here's the rear bumper. Now I have to install the harness. Once I get the harness on, I have to figure out where to put this on the other diffuser. But for now, let's just take it out of here, start installing, and then we'll figure it out. So let's get the harness on. Bumper's fully done, fully put together. The sensors are on, all the wiring. I even got the diffuser installed already. So I'm thinking to install the bumper and then do the pipes after. Hopefully I can get away with that without removing the bumper again. So let's get the bumper installed, and then hopefully I can still get the pipes on without removing the bumper again. So the Audi's pretty much done. I'm still gonna pick up those side. Then we just finished the rear. Now we just have the final touch, sort of. So let's get this installed. And hopefully install this. Alright. Let's put this in. I've also got some wheel spacers for this car, so let's try and put those on. So right now, if you can see, the rear dips inside pretty good, like a lot, and then the front pretty much as well. So let's throw on some spacers and see how it looks after. And here's what it looks after. So far I just did the rear, but I don't think I'll be showing all four wheels. It's pretty simple, just unbolt, put it on, bolt it back on. So I'll just show you after I'm done.
Well, this is the next morning. We put everything together except we have left is the exhaust pipes and then the front litter fillers. But here we are. We're gonna go test drive it. It's been sitting for too long and I just took it down the driveway and it's squeaking really bad. Also, you can see we have a light in the dash. Please add washer fluid, and that's it, which is nice. Oh, and then I guess the emergency call function. But other than that, no lights. Oil change due, which we'll be changing the oil maybe today, tomorrow. But other than that, it's looking good. So let's go test drive it. So we're gonna get the exhaust pipes on. I've got a grinder, so we're gonna grind these tips a little off, just enough so the new ones can fit. So let's get these grinded off and then we'll align the new ones. They're gonna be bolted on to here, so let's get this thing grinded off.
All right, so we just finished doing the exhaust pipes. We already got them on. I'll just show you the final product already after. Right now we're gonna do an oil change, and then all that's left is those little trim at the bottom, and the car should be ready to go. So let's get the oil changed, and then hopefully the guy finishes painting the trim. I've also bought this tiny spoiler that we're gonna get installed. So we're just gonna put double tape and then just get it installed. So probably gonna put double tape on the spoiler and then just stick it on. So we got the double tape on. Just gonna take the sticker off. And I should just go on. All right, so I got the double tape. Now let's just stick it on. Hopefully I can put it on straight. No. All right, so we failed the first time. Let's try this again. And let's start from the center, as long as it's centered, and then go to the sides. So we're on our way to pick up the final trim for the bumper. The painter finally finished, so I'm almost there actually. But once we pick it up, we're gonna get it installed, and then tomorrow morning we have a detailer coming. So he's gonna detail in and out the full car, and then we're also gonna tint the front windshield with ceramic tint, so it protects from the heat and all that stuff, which is an awesome thing to do if you guys haven't tried that yet. But anyways, once we're all done with that, I'll show you the final result of the vehicle and everything, and I think that'll be it for this project. So let's go pick up the part and then we'll go from there. We just picked up the pieces from the painter, so let's get those installed, and the car is ready for detail tomorrow. So here's the piece, so it should just slide in. Shouldn't be too difficult to get it installed. Just align the bottom, then the top, and then just slowly push it in, push this in, boom. All right, there it goes. All right, it's in. Now we also have this piece that goes in here. I think that one's from the other side. I think this goes in here, yeah. So now this should just slide in there. And there it goes. Now we're all done. So let's go do the other side, and that should be it. Getting the front windshield tinted. We're doing ceramic to protect from the heat. Should be a quick one, just 10-minute job, 2 hours at the worst. We're just heating up the film and stretching it right now. Here she is, she's all done. The tint is on. We did 70%. So let's go and take some pictures, and I'll show you the final reveal. So there you go, the build is done. As you guys saw all the videos, the car is looking good, turned out really good. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, if you guys like the videos, of course, and I guess I'll see you in the next build.